sky blue rooftop, playing together in the grass. And suddenly we realized that this treasure had been here all along. And we laughed to ourselves about how the virus had forced us out of our classrooms, out of our habits and traditions, giving us fresh perspective to see the wealth and beauty that was always there, that we were too busy to notice. And together we invoked a prayer of hope that this challenge and misfortune might grant us opportunity to disassemble and reinvent and carve a new path forward. And we were grateful for each other, for our little slice of heaven in Vermont, and for the realization that all that we need is right here in front of us. It always has been, in the people, in the land, and in our relationships with each other. All the wisdom of the world is in us, in our nature, in the nature that surrounds us. And in that moment, we smiled, knowing that we would be more than fine, and that the path ahead of us would be beautiful, because we would build it together. And now I would like to invite Jasmine Creamer and Matt Sorensen, the VASA co-presidents, and Ms. Maggie Hodgson, the VASA secretary, to offer some words of welcome to the student body. And that the path ahead of us would be
Hello everyone, my name is Jazz and this is Matt and it's Maggie. Last spring we were elected as your student co-body presidents. This means our job is to support and listen all of you.
We all know what's going on in the world around us is serious. Regardless, we're going to try to make this year memorable for all of us.
Hello everyone, my name is Jazz and this is Matt and it's Maggie.
If any of you have ideas or suggestions about how we can make your school year better, please feel free to reach out to us. This year, we need to come together as a community. If we can do that, I know we'll have a great year.
We all know what's going on in the world around us is serious. Regardless, we're going to try to make this year memorable.
This year, we need to hold each other accountable because our actions affect everyone in our community. Don't be afraid to tell your friend to put their mask on or socially distance. Your actions don't only affect you, but they dictate how the rest of the year plays out. This isn't an individual effort, but one individual can change the course and create serious consequences for everyone else in our community.
With that said, we want to make our time on campus memorable. We have a lot of fun ideas planned for this year, and we'd love to hear any ideas you have for activities on campus or ways we can improve your day-to-day life at VA. We're very approachable. If you have any ideas, please let us know. We're eager to discuss changes we can put in place to benefit all of you.
Although this year is going to look very different than we all hoped, we can still have a great year. We are going to work hard all year to ensure that our seniors have a great senior year and that we all enjoy our time together. VA is a special place and we have a special opportunity to maximize these circumstances. In order to do that, it's going to take all of us. So please be responsible, be safe, and let's have a great year together.
In a normal year, when we're standing up here on the stage with all of you in Horowitz, we would start the meeting with a Go VA. For those of you new students that don't know, we are the University representatives and we stand on the stage every Monday meeting and start with a Go VA. So Jazz is going to count us down from 3 and we'll end it with a Go VA.
1, 2, 3.
Go VA.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Okay. I'd like to introduce class deans, Ms. Holton, Ms. Stames, Mr. Glorn, and the class deans for 10th, 11th, and 12th grades who present honors and high honors distinctions earned in the spring of 2020. Students earn honor status in a GPA between 3.33 and 3.66. High honors are awarded to students with a GPA of 3.67 or above. Mr. Glorn, the 10th grade dean, will announce these receiving honors and high honors distinctions for the class of 23.
Those earning honors in the class of 2023 are Livia Brooks, Thorin Martin. High honors, Aiden Andrews, Benjamin Hart, William Noble, Alden Ormont, Susanna Pennell, Julia Small, Eric Sorensen, Hanjun Ella Yang, Yunfeng Gary Zhu. Katie Stames, the 11th grade class dean will announce the recipients of honors and high honors for the class of 2022.
Earning honors: Andrew Clark, Elizabeth Pitts, Lily Schlosser, Megan Spring. Achieving high honors: Eliza Asante, Lexi Farwell, Andrew Gould, Mia Henham, Ty Higgins, Jae-hyung Andy Jian, Casey Marquise, Danielle McCarthy, Chisholm Okpara, Kim Osmek Perusa, Micah Paquin, Jessica Sujishi, Arya Tehrani, Riley Walsh, and Yuhan Jason Wong. The senior class dean, Caitlin Holton, will announce the recipients of honors and high honors of the class of 2021.
Now for the class of 2021, honors recipients: Bailey Kaminsky, Harrison Early, Hale Goodnow, Wazon Hoshino, Sky Ryan, Isabella Sagi, Esme Stephanie, Cody White, Chenchin Patrick Wu. And for high honors, Joshua Basco, Hillary Berry, Benjamin Seamus Buckley, Jasmine Creamer, Maurice Day, Anais Fortier, Nathaniel Grishka, Rex Hill, Maggie Hodgson, Linda Krachova, Ali Hayat Lakhani, Ruhan Kandi Lee, Michael Labudi, Matt Lauren, Jackson Marquise, Kelly McCarthy, Ann Moore, Samson Orlinsky, Nana Owusu Anane, Trevor Pamiano, Matthew Sorensen, Entong Olivia Wong, Ewan Iwa Wu, Feng Shane Zhang, and Eno Yu. And now Dr. Zakara will announce the Anna Mae D. Finney Awards.
The class of 2021 Annie Mae Finney Award recipients are as follows: Joshua Basco, Hillary Berry, Jasmine Kramer, Maggie Hodgson, Matthew Lauren, Ann Moore, Nana Owusu Anane, Trevor Palmiato, and Fang Shane Zhang. Congratulations to all those who have received honors, high honors, and the Annie Mae Finney Awards. Please pick up the Annie Mae Finney Awards in the studies office. We will now announce the recipients of 2 additional awards that are presented at Convocation every year. Ms. Holton will present the Class of 1892 award.
The Class of 1892 award is awarded to the returning senior who earned the highest GPA during their junior year. This year, the award goes to Nana Owusu Anane. And the next award is the Harvard Book Prize. The Harvard Book Prize is awarded annually to a rising senior whose achievement in academic, extracurricular, and citizenship areas has been exemplary, a student of high personal standards who gives promise of sound leadership in later life. This year, the award goes to Maggie Hodgson. And now Dr. Zakara will give the convocation address.
So much can change overnight. We tend to label change as good or bad, putting it into a moral framework. But the truth is that sometimes the good in a situation does not immediately emerge. There's nothing good about COVID, but the changes it has brought in our lives just may offer us some learning opportunities, tests of character, and opportunities for progress, togetherness, and resiliency. The questions and accountabilities that we are facing as a nation in the United States and in the world are just as huge and life-changing as handling a pandemic. They are different in nature from the pandemic, but they're also related to health and wellness, and they are spread out on the world stage because America represents a set of ideas for all. Systemic racism is its own disease, and it has been here in this country and in the world for over 400 years and since the earliest histories of mankind. Systemic racism accompanied the formation of the colonies, and certainly beginning with the almost complete land grab and annihilating policies and actions toward Native Americans. The emergence of transcontinental slavery, the triangle trade system, further built in prejudices, injustice, and dehumanization. The secret and difficult success equation in America is a commitment to capitalism, to free enterprise, and also to democracy, a system of government that rests the power in the hands of the people. The United States is rooted in a system of checks and balances between the executive, legislative, and judicial branches. But we need to realize that democracy and capitalism must operate too in a system of checks and balances. One makes the other better. One is an ideological political system, and the other is a system of free enterprise and economic forces. Yet they're interrelated, and we should stop thinking of them in separate silos. We take great pride in the early states, in the founding fathers, and in the system of capitalism and democracy that interface in unique ways in America, where they cannot in other countries or have not been as successful. Our job is to take care to grow in those original ideas and not to remain stagnant. We are, as a human species, always evolving, and our understandings evolve. If we do not make progress morally, spiritually, and intellectually, we're completely capable of initiating medievalism once again. To me, this is not a Republican or Democrat truth. This is our legacy, and we must preserve the Union, but make it better. We must listen to each other and secure equal opportunity for all. The Constitution begins with lines you know well. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty for ourselves and our posterity. And we do ordain and establish the Constitution for the United States of America. The founding fathers designed this document as law, as a blueprint for the operation of the country. But these opening words also identify many key phrases that are active, that are living. I would argue that a more perfect union is not a fixed state. It is ever evolving with human understanding. The Civil War tested our understanding of what it means to be a union, and we evolved and made ourselves better with every life lost. And the civil rights movement and the protests and debates happening now are going to make us better too. A perfect union is a living thing that we must all engage in as citizens. Another active phrase to me is the idea that we must, quote, secure the blessings of liberty. Those blessings are not fixed, nor are they ever mutually available to all. It's our job to protect that idea, that commitment to liberty and justice for all. The conversations we should be having, the debates this year around our election should last our lifetime, because we must always be vigilant in protecting democratic processes, a more perfect union, and the blessings of liberty. It's our job to do so, to vote, to be a good citizen, and to engage in the living entity that is democracy. This summer, I stopped to buy a couple of ski posters for my son's bedroom in our house on the South Shore of Boston, and the man selling them wore a Trump hat. We got to talking about politics, and he said that he feared that the great ideals of America left when John and Bobby Kennedy were shot, and Martin Luther King. But he was wearing a Trump hat, Democrats might say. He worried that we have lost what was good in the idea of America. Have we lost it forever, he asked me. If Democrats just read him by his hat, they would never have heard the aching heart of this man. I wanted to ask him when American greatness was shared by all, available to all, but I valued hearing his earnest concern, and I wanted to have a conversation. We've lost so much in our divisions right now, and we are not in conversation. But we can come together, we can make a more perfect union if we all participate around a common purpose. Nothing ever would have gotten done in this country if there were not a common purpose. This year, I hope that we will, as a school, embrace some debates and conversations about our purpose, not just in America, but as the human race. What are we to do? What constitutes a worthwhile life? What is our moral obligation to one another, to our earth and all living beings? What can we do each day to be more aware, to listen, to open our minds? We need young people to help us. We need you to speak. One of the ski posters I bought in that stop in Ludlow said, "If you ask me what I came into this world to do, I will tell you I came to live out loud." That's an Emile Zola quote. The poster had a snowboarder leaping off a cliff and about to land in deep powder. Live out loud, Vermont Academy. Live out loud this year. Masks cannot stop us from speaking or hearing or growing in a more perfect union. That iconic ski jump in the middle of our campus is a metaphor and a reality, a metaphor for taking risks in a safe community, and a reality of 30 meters that you can train to jump and achieve. You can get air at Vermont Academy, and that can stay with you for life. That sensation of freedom, independence, healthy risk-taking, and exhilarating self-confidence. On the first days of our return, all were excited about the unknown, about being together again. But the business of being safe may not be much fun, and especially as the days continued before classes started. Wearing a mask, social distancing, washing your hands, using hand sanitizer, being careful about numbers and congregating. This is, I am convinced, the most challenging set of things for teenagers. After all, you want to be free to explore, to discover, and to be together. I saw masks dangling from ears or below noses or not on at all when students thought we might not be looking. What we're asking is that you cultivate new habits and make them as common and understood as brushing your teeth. I bet you all do that without thinking that's an infringement on your freedom. We're creatures of habit, and habits of maintaining our physical health are right now constant and unchanging. But there are other habits that are evolving and flexible, and these can give you the sense of freedom you may not have when you put on a mask. So I ask you to turn to these for self-expression and liberation. Habits of mind are different from habits of COVID prevention, practices of safety for self and others. Habits of mind can be the building blocks of exceptional inner strength and differentiation. They're part of the recipe for excellence, but habits of mind need to be changed up regularly, or they settle in and prevent us from resiliency and creativity. If you do the same exercises, and if you leave your education stagnant, rather than understanding that it's your responsibility to educate yourself for life, you will find yourself petrifying like an old stone. So you have to build habits of mind and then change them up, all to improve your body, mind, and spirit, to see more and be more and do more and give more than you ever thought possible. Be true to your habits of health and safety and keep them consistent, but work on developing your habits of mind with freedom and self-expression, individuality, and resilience. Commitments and obligations must start with the person in the mirror. Is the person in the mirror doing what it takes? You must be loyal to one another in a Vermont community, which Vermont Academy is. We're a village, and we must respect one another and think beyond oneself to preserve the union. Respect the process. Respect manifests itself as doing your part to further yourself and the school. And if you all can come together, You'll be ahead of most of the country. Many cannot be in school in person or participate in athletic competition or see their friends except through a Zoom. We have a unique set of circumstances in our favor here in Vermont. Low COVID rates come from being rural, less population density, for sure. But they also come from the village, from being aware of what it means to be a good neighbor and to take care of your neighbor in order to survive. Survive cold winters, floods, droughts, all these things in Vermont history, and now to survive a pandemic. You are Vermonters while you're here, and will follow Vermont law with pride. Come into work every day and get that day's job done. As I look out on our campus, our faculty, students, administrators, and staff, I've never seen so much talent in one place, so much dedication and expertise, so much commitment to our students and to the secret sense of place that lies in our special history at Vermont Academy, in the surrounding forests, in the rivers, in the fields, in the morning mist, in the glistening dew. Respect one another, believe in one another, live our core values, and practice creativity and resiliency. Resiliency at its essence means bending without losing your center. It means stretching and bending, but retaining your essence with the authentic person still there, flexible and exploring while preserving that center. Coming together as a unit is our only chance of success, and that success will define not just this academic year, but next year, the next decade, your lives, in fact. Love and respect yourself in the conviction that you're an integral part of us, Vermont Academy. We will succeed as one because we must. As John Kennedy said, we don't choose to go to the moon because it's easy. We choose to go because it's hard. This is hard, but I believe in you. I know that you will practice good habits of safety for self and others, that you will cultivate resilience and ever-evolving habits of mind, and you will come together around the task of creating a more perfect union, an idea that goes beyond America to the great enterprise of humanity, character, and citizenship. I'm looking forward to seeing the new students and faculty and staff this year as you join us in signing the Honor Code of Vermont Academy, and that will happen later at Levitt House and in the historic office that has been used by the head of school since 1938. Thank you for all for everything you do every day to preserve our special community, our more perfect union. And that concludes our convocation.